So let's do a little exponent practice here with our math. These first four problems say find the integer equal to, and this first one is 2 to the third power. We know that the third power just means that it's going to be 2 written 3 times and multiplied by itself. And then from here we can do 2 times 2, and that's 4. And then 4 times 2. And this is going to be 8. Cool. Let me clean this up a little bit. Okay. Always also box your answer, so it's easy for the teacher to find it. Little pro tip. So let's try number 2. 3 to the third power is 3 times 3 times 3. And again, just do the first 2, and this is going to be 9 times 3 equals 27. Cool. Okay, let's do the next one. Let me again erase a little bit. So here we have now two numbers with exponents. So the first one I'm going to write this out. So 2 times 2, because 2 to the second power is 2 times 2. And then we're going to multiply that by 5 times 5. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4. And 5 times 5 is 25. 4 times 25. I'm just going to do this because I just want to remind you how to multiply out. Oops. So we're going to do first 5 times 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. But I'm just going to put the ones in the ones column. See how this is going to... This is ones and tens. Okay, so in the ones column, leave the ones, which is a 0. And we're going to bring the 2 up here. So now 4 times 2 is 8. And then we're going to add that. So 8 plus 2 is 100. Okay, next one. Oh, box my answer. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. Oops. Times 3 times 2. Or 3 to the second power. That's going to be 3 times 3. Times 11. Okay, so again, this is equal to 4 times 9 times 11. So you can either do these two first, or you can do another one first. I'm gonna do these two first. So 9 times 11, that's 99 times 4. 9 times 4, 36. Again, leave the ones. Bring the tens up. 9 times 4 is 36, plus 3, 39. Okay. And then I didn't write any of the other problems here. Oh no, I went out of order. practice for these exponents. So the first one, it says find the integer. And integer is going to be a number. So we need to find 2 times 3. And we know that 2 times, or 2 to the third power, sorry. 2 to the third power is 2 times 2. I'm going to start this video. I'm going to write an exponent form. We need to change this. So let's first group our numbers. And so we have 2 3's, so we're going to write 3 to the second power, and that's multiplied by 2. And then we're done. Box your answer. Okay, let's try this next one. Group them again. So we have 5 cubed. Oops. Times 2. Box your answer. And then here we have 3 2's. So 2 to the third power, or 2 cubed, times 5 times 7. And then we have a long one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 3's. So 3 to the fourth power times, and we have 2 5's. So 5 squared. And box your answer. Evaluate or use the calculator to solve the problem. So 2 to the fourth power, that can be seen as like this if you're going to do it by hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll multiply that by 3 to the sixth power. 3 Okay, the dot, this dot also means multiply. I'm just doing it for ease here. So if I'm going to do this by hand, you know, this would be 4 times 4, and this would be 16. And then we'll multiply that by, so 9 times 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81 times 9. Pause. $729 times 16. And then you type that in your calculator and find the answer. And I'm going to give myself some more room here. Okay, so now we have 2 to the fifth power. Again, you're doing this by, if you're going to do this by hand, this is what it will look like. 2, 2, 2, 2 to the fifth power times 3 to the third. And then times 11 squared. And then you would do all that. I'm not going to go through that here, but that's what you do. So simplify. This is a little tricky, this first one, because this is really -1 times 3 squared. So the 3 squared is going to be 9, and then times -1. So this will be -9, I believe. Let me just check. No, negative, sorry. Well, okay, so yeah, because you, for this one, you keep the negative on the outside. I don't know if you can see that. Well, you keep the negative 1 on the outside of the parentheses. So you do the 3 squared first, and then multiplied by -1 equals -9. She. My dog's barking. Okay, now we have this one, which is -3 times -3, because that's -3 squared, and that is 9. So be very careful about where the negative falls with parentheses, because that's going to change your answer. So let's try this one again. So again, the negative is on the inside, so this will become positive. So -5 times -5, and this is going to be 25. Whereas this one, and I'm going to do it again where I write out the -1 first, times 5 squared. Now we do this first. So 5 squared is 25. And then we multiply the negative. Cool. Okay.